Hey, this is August, and this video is about me coming in here and replacing all of the primary fuses, breakers. Anything I refer to as fuses are really breakers on this bus. We have 3 more coming for this before we can put this back together and have all new breakers underneath this distribution bus, just for the aesthetics of it. Now, every breaker was checked to make sure that it wasn't blown out inside before we put another breaker back in its place, and checked all the continuities and made sure they were just low resistance continuity. And that's what it's about. And it's also about me keeping the rain off of the bus, basically. In a torrential downpour or from the side, sometimes you got to put this and that. But that is what this tarp has to put up with, and more. Man, it was really doing some whipping last night. Let's go up close where we can look at the damage. And look at the sky. We are in for a gully washer. Now, if it's windy and gully washing, the bus doesn't do too bad if it's like that, but there are spots that have worked themselves anew in the tarp, in those little places where it gets creased all the time. You may be able to see them there, right there, but they don't do a ripping. Look at it. I mean, there is serious repair and what, but they don't seem to open up and rip like the other tarp did. Definitely the corner, I just love the way it's in here. I mean, hey. I need to go over it the first chance I get again, make sure, because you know, you never can tell what you're looking at. Looks like am I missing a rope? Oh, I am. I'm missing a tie down up there. I better do that one. Yeah, here we are inside the bus. Well, I got it retied. It seems to be doing all right. You can see the little spots that I'm talking about, but still the water rolls off. I'm hopeful that I don't have to do some kind of emergency patch up here. It is what it is. Certainly the rigging holds, but this is the way it has to be if I'm going to drive it in and out of this hole. That's the thing. I don't expect it to be snow yet. As soon as it snows, we're taking these down. What's going on here? Wow. I need to come around here and look and see if that's... Something looks weird about that. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but let's get over here and tie that up. Up and now, so far this thing isn't splitting. How are we going to start raining and let this wind thing go? Cold out here. cold outside. Well, it's the best I can do for right now, and it's make me nervous. But this doesn't perform at all as badly as the other tarps do as far as the leaking, because those things break down in between every strand, and this one isn't doing that, and it isn't ripping so far. And it's cold. Let's see how. Oh, well, it wouldn't be fair here. I have a little thermometer here somewhere, but that doesn't have the outside temperature on it, I'm sure. And it needs to be lit up. There's some sunlight to see. It is, it's 57 degrees in here. My, isn't that warm? Okay, bring the door closed. This is August, and this video is about, I'm waiting for the new circuit breakers. And I want to discuss something I found down here in the, here we are, we're in the control, we got lights, we have tools. This is the important breaker distribution bus right here. In my videos, I'm referring to these as fuses. Sometimes you can just take it for granted on this that we're talking about a circuit breaker that will blow up if you give it too much to do. I mean, it'll clear and it contain the little blast if that happens. I've seen them before. That's why I say that. But what I'm doing here is, it's a little jumper, and this used to work its way from right here to just over to the other side. Let me see if I have enough light in there to look at the post. See that bolt back there? There's that stud right behind you there. That's where it went. Back out a little bit. I don't know if I can really, it's right there behind the loom. That is a post sticking out, and it's dark at the end, and it has brassy where it was pinned. So this cable came up over on this side, this one that's right here. This cable came up out over here and then went through and hooked to that. Then they went and hooked this to it. And man, this thing was really bulged out, and a lot of pressure on it to do that. And I think, well, why would you take all the power over there? Well, that brings us to this, which is a lead. This is the straw that broke the camel's back for keeping the work over here where it should have been and where it's going to be. And this goes to I believe it's a pump. Don't quote me, but I'm thinking that this is a sort of a grinder pump, so you can empty the toilets in a more civilized fashion with no, all chewed up. And that may be what this thing went this way to, like, it went out there. So don't quote me. It could have possibly been for a secret UNIVAC system in the back for counter-espionage during the conflict. I'm not sure why you'd send power back there, but let me tell you what is, if you need any power behind the driver's seat, you can get it from the luggage compartment area of the service bays. There's a they sent a big cable down there to run the air conditioning blowers, and so that's available. Pretty big wire. And there's other things. It's just this is going to go away. I'm taking this out. It crowded everything. I'm really pleased. And look at this thing, right? This is where the cable's coming in now. It used to come in here and go over there. This thing I'll see if I can find a shot, because it's like this thing was just squeezed so tight going back through there. This is just a fitting here. This is so we know that, don't drop your washer there, that we'll be able to get this. And this lays right in between where these have to come off first. Right here. Come out. Okay, there you go. There you're clear. Now we can bring the supply cable out. And this supply cable used to stretch through there, and then this little short one would stretch back. I can't believe it. Just so you could put this. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. You couldn't put that many underneath this terminal over here. So this is their remedy. No. I don't approve of it at all. I don't like that. So now that we have the, where are we? All right, we're looking right here. We just got through pulling this cable out. It lays there just so beautifully. It comes around and it lays in the crest of the other two looms right in here. And I just think that's so much better. And, okay, these are sort of dangerous connections too. They go up to and then here's the bus. I'm waiting for some more new breakers and such. There's a and there it is. It's out. That's what this was. It's just a fitting to make sure what we're doing, where we're going with it. And this was originally an 8 amp breaker here, and so I pulled the one out that came from there, and it was somebody had changed it to that, which is not bad. This isn't terrible. It worked. I just don't like the silicone. You could have hung these in there and made it work without the silicone, but this is a 10 amp, and this wire that's attached to it is my 4-ways, which were added sometime later. This thing had blinkers, but it didn't have 4-way flashers, so it was taken up to 10. I ordered a proper size 10, same company, the same bus, and then these last 3 will get replaced too before we put the bus back and put this here and uncrowd so much. Man, this thing is so much looser in here because it doesn't have those cables passing, and it's so much easier. This is what you need to do here. So you've got this thing stretched like this going through, and it's right in front of you, and you need to pull this bus out, and that's what you have to deal with. Give me a break here. This makes your fuses, though those aren't so bad. Those are accessible. If I blow one of those circuit breakers, all I have to do is take this down here like that, pull it out, and then pull the plate. And so that's where we are right now, and I'm waiting for what I think is going to be a storm, hoping that it doesn't blow the tarp off of my place. Well, that's it in a nutshell. Comments? Any more questions about the switch? Some point here, I am going to pull the ignition switch, take all of its terminals. That's right over here. Let's shine a light on it. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. That's our ignition switch with its one burned out terminal spot. I don't know. To find the nomenclature of this switch is not happening. I'm not seeing it in the manual either. Sometimes something gets overlooked that people don't understand. I don't know. Oh. Trans press. Right here. Now, I'm not sure when, 62 and 63 sort of makes sense. That's when the Man, there was so much spring brake controversy. But can you see that in there? Probably not, but that's what I was just looking at, is the fact that this spot did have a trans press. I don't know what it did, but it definitely had holes in it that sort of lent to putting the parking brake in there. Because that's where they all are, with that cut off, that little plate. I recognize the plate that came with the switch. I mean, if you buy the switch, it parking brake. But this switch is, well, it's specially adapted for the Scenic Cruiser. And that's the original, so it better go back in there. A little polish on it, maybe touch up the lettering. It won't take too long. I was really impressed with the delivery. I bought this on eBay, and I used to do a lot of eBay, but there's a whole lot of, that's not much of a savings prices on eBay lately. All new stuff, and everybody's got exactly the same thing. Nothing, there's just no interesting junk on there anymore. When I bought that's another story. But I'm really pleased how this is coming together. This makes it so much. This is perfect because you absolutely have to be able to access this plate and get it off of there. If you lose a breaker or something. These breakers are good, man. They have been in the worst of weather and washes, and people would wash these buses off, not thinking about the fact that you're letting water go into places where you don't want water. These breakers they look like this when I got them. It's not like I didn't do anything, and I kept this thing covered. The one time the sauna thing is where the skylights leaked in the back, and then the tent ruined the ceiling. It got drippy in here. That's what I'm saying. But this is under a closed, this has atmospheric ventilation from outside. This didn't get it from what I did. This looked like this, and I made sure that I check them with a meter. And oh yeah, well that's still good. No, there's plenty of resistance on that old rusty thing there. That doesn't mean anything to 12 volts. 12 volts doesn't go jumping around so easy. I'm getting back right here. This breaker, I don't like this. This looks hot. It melted off or cooked or did something right here to that wire needs to be fixed, and that breaker could look better too, especially next to these new breakers. It's only $5 a piece to do that. And somebody thinking they'd like to have this bus, and they feel they meet the qualifications that I require, as in being in the transportation business, being mechanical or electrically inclined, loving it, having a shop cover, having a place to put this bus because it's so old, and it is a fun toy, and that's why you keep it, and that's why you keep a money pit around. But if you do your own work, like this here, and learn the bus, you buy this project, you're going to be this is a big learning curve. So anyway, that's where I am, what I'm doing. I'm waiting on more circuit breakers to make this thing look and work the way it should in here, and just to try to familiarize everybody. And besides that, I'm giving away a 500 megabyte or a 500 gigabyte chip with all these videos on it, with the names that I gave them that sort of tell us, if you're looking for something about it, well, then that's it. But I am so pleased with this. If you're not, I can't believe that you'd go from what, mounting that way to shoving stuff between that was shoved in here between that. This stuff was so tight because of that. And to again, to service the breakers, you have to be able to get this plate out easily. That was not easy. And it's not going back that way. This looks interesting to anybody. I'd be willing to part with it. Yes, I would. It's a good little jumper, but it's no good for this. There's just, you can't have this and this under there at the same time. It'd be nice to be not with the length. If the length of this, if they'd have only put a longer bronze stud through there with that beautiful, man, this brazier, that is just amazing. I can't think of anything except that being maybe hand brazed at that time. And a guy that does beautiful, beautiful brazing work, which I've seen it. I love this panel. And like I've said again, I am not going to take the patina off. We're going to make sure that you've got every bit of continuity that you need right around those holes. We're going to put a new set of bite-in washers. You can see those dips in there. And this conducts pretty well. There's just a whatever. That's part of it. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Comments, likes, dislikes. Maybe you think I'm too hard on some people. I don't mean to be. When you see something that was done the wrong way, you just go, no! And then you be real polite about it and say, oh yeah, it's a wonderful, beautiful job. Okay. Well, I just got a shipment from Zorro. Is that what that says? Zorro.com. And I believe it's my breakers. So let me set this camera down. Maybe aim it up here. Okay. And see, I've been waiting for this. I'm chomping at the bit. I want to get the control panel put back together. How's this thing open? Okay, we got that one. Hey, we have something here that has tape on it. And that's something. Wow, they certainly let that fly around in there. It's 10 of them. And what do I have here? Paperwork. Paperwork? What's it say? It's got all the secret information on it. Oh no. All right. So let's see what's in the little box. 10 of them. Well, that's what we ordered. Was 10 CBC 20 Eaton Bussmann series. Eaton Bussmann series. Oh, it's not a real Eaton Bussmann, but it's a Eaton Bussmann series. Or is that real? I don't know. It sounds pretty fishy. These are just really, they fit so nicely. And, I mean, they're perfect. And that's them. Well, I need to go put the distribution bus back together. Sweet. Maybe I better go buy the last 5 that they have. Just be good. I can't. This is the best. It's the best deal for the part. Everybody else wants $1 or $2 more for the same thing. At least the breakers are. Oh yeah, I like this. It sounds good. It says automotive circuit breaker, Cooper Busman Incorporated, St. Louis, Missouri. 63178 H20. Huh. They are the piece, have the dimples and everything. They fit perfectly in this bus and probably any other GM bus of the same era and later on even. I mean, these were in the 60s too, so. That's my story. I think I'll go put them in. Please, thumbs up, likes. Love to answer questions. I don't have a whole lot more to do. Except all these projects, just too many. That's pretty nice. They left it with the packing that was inside. Well, they left this rattling around like a peanut in a boxcar.